So, we just barely, when I'm filming this, got a new behind the scenes look at Star Wars Outlaws, which I am so excited about. I was kind of following the tweets about everything that was going on at the San Diego Comic-Con panel today, and they just released an official video that they showed at the panel. So we're going to watch it here live for the first time. I've already seen some stills from this, but I haven't watched the whole thing in its entirety. So let's go watch it. I'm so excited.
Working on a Star Wars game is a dream come true.
Yes, we love the game devs.
And it's wild to go from making these little stories on the carpet to actually build the narrative in the Star Wars galaxy.
Massive Entertainment is the perfect choice to build an open-world Star Wars game because it is inherent to their DNA as a studio to deliver on incredible open-world experiences.
Massive Entertainment are master storytellers for open-world games. This is going to be a fresh experience for Star Wars fans everywhere.
Immediately, I had that in my head, all the possibilities of where do we want to go, what can we bring to Star Wars that has not been seen before.
So good. Freaking music.
Lucasfilm Games suggested that the perfect era to set Outlaws would be between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
What's great about that point on the timeline is this is a moment where the civil war between the Empire and the Rebellion is at its height. And this creates an environment across the galaxy where Outlaws can thrive.
That's the world that Kay is stepping into, and she sees the opportunity just like anybody else.
We will see some really cool syndicates, both from existing lore and newly created for the game.
When you play Star Wars Outlaws, you get a chance to discover what the underworld is like and live through those experiences.
The stakes are definitely very high for Kay's journey through the underworld. But she learns, she adapts, she sneaks around, and she finds herself in very important spaces with very powerful people.
Salacious Crown.
Building the world of Star Wars Outlaws, first thing we had to do was think of places where outlaws thrive. These hubs of scum and villainy.
The most exciting thing is being able to go back to iconic locations that people know and love, but then diving into the Lucasfilm archives and really bringing them alive in a new but very genuine way.
It's not just about recreating Tatooine as you know it. Going back to the classic sources of spaghetti westerns, we try to recreate an authentic mood and feel as we build new points of interest to follow the already established history.
And there is a new location that we collaborated with Massive Entertainment on called Toshara. And this has been built from the ground up with the scoundrel fantasy at its beating heart.
Hang on!
Our goal is that you feel like you're stepping into Star Wars. And that means going back to those Macquarie concepts, going back to Joe Johnston's storyboards, Phil Tippett's creature designs, and creating a lived-in galaxy.
We're trying to create a world that feels alive and bustling with opportunity, that also is very grounded. And we're getting inspiration from the African savannah. But we still want to add the alien element. And that is what makes it feel like Star Wars.
We want to give Toshara some elements that make it really stand out in the Star Wars galaxy. So there are windswept plains, veins of amberine, and there's a vibrant city called Mirogana that's built into a huge rock that's been carved out by the wind that's ever present on Toshara.
One thing that we need to always keep in mind is there's always a connection between the biome and what grows there, what lives there, like the flora, fauna, and the culture of the people who inhabit the place. From how the plants pollinate, or how vegetation and local resources are used in local clothing and buildings, to even how the locals have adopted wind into their way of life. We have created everything with an authentic approach, so players will experience all these places like someone who actually is there.
We made it, Nix.
Working with Massive, we were able to really build out an authentic Star Wars world where you can travel explore and discover in a way that we really haven't been able to experience in modern Star Wars gaming.
The high-stakes scoundrel lifestyle and the open-world promise allowed us to create a game within Star Wars that had never been done before. Not just exploring cities, but also getting onto your speeder and race across stunning wilderness. Then jump into your ship, the Trailblazer, and go on an incredible adventure.
We've only scratched the surface of what Star Wars Outlaws has to offer.
Yeah.
There is so much more that you will get to embody and use and play when you become K-Vess.
Players are gonna love Star Wars Outlaws. It's gonna be exciting. It's very adventurous, and that's what makes it Star Wars. So I'm very excited to share that.
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want.
Star Wars Outlaws, coming 2024.
Oh my freaking gosh. That, oh my gosh. Like, I saw screen caps of like some of the shots of that, but like seeing them in motion and seeing it like, oh my gosh, it just looks gorgeous. And I was kind of iffy on the Tatooine thing because there's like we see Tatooine so much in Star Wars, but like the more they're talking about it, the more I've like processed it, the more I'm so excited to explore Tatooine as like a more fleshed out world and not just like the cantina and Jabba's palace and all of that. So I'm very, very excited. And their new planet just looks absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh. It just all looks beautiful. And I can't wait to see what else we get in the next year or so as they're before release, because this is my next like big game that I'm super excited about. So I can't wait to hear more and more about it as they release more and more information as we get closer to its release sometime next year. So oh my gosh, it looks so good and the music is so good and I can't wait to get to know the characters better. Just I'm so excited. If you can't tell, I am very excited about this.